What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to of course be talking about with you guys. Again, some really strange news, which to be honest, I really don't like now. Like, I absolutely hate that I have to report this news, so please don't go hating on me in the comments, because I don't want to report it either, but I know a lot of people are still interested and really keen to see how this whole entire Ben Simmons situation unfolds. But it is now being reported by Shams, the man himself, that there are a bunch of teams interested in potentially trading for Ben Simmons. This includes the Lakers, the Knicks, the Blazers, the Pacers, T-Wolves, Cavs, and Kings. I, as a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, do not want to see Ben Simmons on this team. I don't... Look, if Ben Simmons got traded to the Cavaliers, I think, you know, to be honest, I would be disappointed, because we would have to trade up most likely Kevin Love, Colin Sexton, a bunch of first-round picks to be able to do so. And I think this is a huge W for the Philadelphia 76ers, because, first of all, Kevin Love to the Sixers. If the Sixers had Kevin Love, he would be a perfect player for them to have, like an elite three-point shooter who's having one of the best seasons he's had in recent memory. Just coming on your team and averaging you 12 points per game, 8 rebounds, like 40% from 3 is an elite thing to have off your bench. Like, I think people seriously underrate how elite to have something like that is off your bench. Then you also get Colin Sexton in, who is legitimately your future point guard now. Will probably average you around 20 to 25 points per game. Look, his playmaking might not necessarily be that great, but I think if you got him to work on it, and I think that now that he would finally get to guard the 1 instead of having to guard the 2 like he has on the Cavaliers, I think Sexton would improve a lot, especially defensively. He'd have the ball in his hands quite a fair bit, and I think he would work pretty well on this Sixers team. I just think they would get pretty angry at him not playmaking, but I think if he's got Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Danny Green, Seth Curry, the playmaking would eventually come. Like, you've got too many playmakers to be able to not, well, too many, players that would be open, I think, eventually to be, not passing that ball. So, look, I know Sexton's kind of got tunnel vision. For those of you who don't know what tunnel vision is, basically, that means he's got eyes for the basket and the basket only, and not really for those around him. I do think that he might improve. Plus, if you're the Sixers and you get offered like 2 or 3 first-round picks, a young player that can average you 20 points per game, and an elite role player off your bench, you are 100% taking that for a player that's not even playing right now. And how this is terrible for the Cavs is, look, you don't really lose much in Sexton, because I don't think Sexton works on the team right now. I've been pretty vocal about this. He just doesn't guard the 2 extremely great. He takes shots away from Garland, who's already proven he can be an all-star this season. He does hog the ball a fair bit. As I said, he's got tunnel vision. And I think he needs to be guarding the 1 in the NBA. Just can't be guarding the 2 on this Cavaliers team anymore. And the thing with the Cavaliers is, though, if they were to trade Sexton to a team like OKC, they could legitimately get 2 really good first-round picks, or 3 decent first-round picks out of the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, again, if you're the Cavaliers, that's what you're sitting on right now. And I think you've got to be really careful with how you operate with this situation, because you can't take it for granted. Like, you're sitting on 2 to 3 first-round picks in Colin Sexton. You've got a really good role player in Kevin Love coming off your bench. Do you want to trade any of these players? The only thing I would trade Kevin Love for is a potential, like, all-star, small forward or something like that. I don't think you would trade Kevin Love at the moment, because he's playing too good. He's a really good role player for this team. Looks like he's finally actually leading this team. I mean, he's had some slack seasons, so it's finally good to see him enjoying basketball and helping out with this Cavaliers team. You don't want to do that if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers. Plus, if you trade for Ben Simmons, you bring in a really good, defender, an elite defender, in fact, one of the best defenders in the NBA. But you've already got Mobley and Allen on the team. Do you really need Simmons? Like, look, your defense would be incredible. You'd have a starting lineup that would look like Darius Garland, Okoro, Simmons, Mobley, and, Allen. Your defense would be arguably the greatest ever seen in NBA history. But would your spacing be that good? Because you lose Kevin Love, and you bring Simmons in, who can't shoot threes. You pretty much, you're starting 5. You got Darius Garland, an elite 3-point shooter. But then you got Okoro, who's very inconsistent. Has been very good recently, I might add. but hasn't been good historically. Mobley, who's still trying to find his shot, and Allen and Simmons that can't shoot threes. It's a really difficult one. Then off the bench, you still got, you know, Markkanen, Osman, elite 3-point shooters. Rubio's there, I guess. He's an okay 3-point shooter this season. Even Lamar Stevens has picked it up. Dean Wade's still there. Dylan Windler's still there. You could possibly make it work. It's just, wow, it's a tough thing to kind of run. I don't know. Look, I wouldn't be mad if the Cavaliers got Simmons, but I just don't think you can lose Kevin Love. Like, it's impossible to, like, say, like, we're going to have to lose Kevin Love to get Ben Simmons. Like, it's just really hard. The only way I would trade for Ben Simmons is if we don't have to give up Kevin Love. Some people might take this as me saying Simmons is worse than Kevin Love. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that Kevin Love is too valuable to the team at the moment to lose. His 3-point shooting is great. His rebounding is really good. When Mobley or Allen's injured, he can play the 5. He can help out, do this and that. And he's just a really good scorer, and he's playing like a good leader at the moment. If I was the Cavaliers, I'd wait till the off-season, see if we can keep K-Love, maybe extend Sexton some good money, and then try and trade him and a couple first-round picks off to maybe get a player like Simmons. That would be the more realistic idea, because if you brought in Simmons and you had that starting 5 that I just mentioned earlier, the spacing wouldn't be good, but then you can mix it around with players like Kevin Love, you know, Jetty Osman, etc., all coming off the bench and, you know, kind of doing their thing. Plus, if Dylan Windler, you know, turns into a nice 3-point shooter, he's another guy you kind of add to that brigade, and it just becomes really good. Plus, I guess Simmons can guard the 1 through the 5, so that also helps as well. And yeah, defensively, you might have the greatest team ever. Like, defensively, that team would be unstoppable. Like, think about it like this. 6'5" Okoro at shooting guard, who was an elite perimeter defender, one of the best young perimeter defenders in the game. 6'10", 6'11", Ben Simmons, who is one of the best interior and perimeter defenders in the game at your small forward. Evan Mobley at power forward, the best defensive young player in the league. Can guard the interior, can guard the perimeter. Jarrett Allen, a top 3 defensive center in the league, especially this season. Can also help out on the perimeter, but mainly in the most insane interior, like, force in the NBA. And then you still got Garland, who's picked up his defense as well this season and is keeping players in front of him. It would be crazy. Plus a bunch of versatile shooters off the bench, like Jetty Osman, Lauri Markkanen, Kevin Love. Even Lamar Stevens, who's an insanely good defender as well. Your team would be pretty stacked. It's just, yeah, is Ben Simmons the right guy? Maybe not at this time. And plus, the spotlight's on Cleveland right now. I feel like he needs to go to a team that the spotlight's just not on, like Sacramento, a team that he can help out and, you know, get back to being good where the spotlight's never going to be on. Like, I don't care how good the Sacramento Kings get. Most people know the cameras aren't going to be really on them. They don't have the most fans out there. And I can say this freely because I know Kings fans agree with me. And that's just how it is in reality. No hate on the Kings. That's just how it is. But if you look at the Cavaliers right now, they were the powerhouse team from 2014 to 18. And they got a lot of fans then, a lot of TV attention. And a lot of those fans did somehow stay. And then again, they're getting some, well, not necessarily TV attention, but a lot of media attention on Instagram pages, sport pages, you know, Sports Center stuff, this and that. So again, I don't know if that's the best scenario for Ben Simmons. I think he needs to go to a place like Sacramento or Portland where he can keep a low profile and just kind of do his thing and hopefully get his good basketball coming back. And again, that's not in Philly. I don't expect him to ever play another game for Philly. It's just most likely not going to happen. But of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for the latest NBA news and NBA content, and sports related content in general. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all that. Comment in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts and opinions on the Cleveland Cavaliers potentially going out and getting, Ben Simmons, this and that? What would you guys do if they actually did? Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my IRL/vlogging channels, my gaming channel, this and that. All of them will be in the description down below. But as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.